Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to attempt to make it back into the top 10 for Wizard Challenge Rift. Let's do this. So as I got my 4K wings, it kind of made sense to me that I'd try the next Challenge Rift. And I'd also lost my position in top 10 obviously with the server merge, and I was currently ranked 15 for Challenge Rift, which I wasn't really happy about. So I thought we'd give this a go today, and I unfortunately forgot to start recording when I entered. So you're seeing this from halfway through the rift, which kind of makes sense anyway because no one wants to watch a 15-minute challenge rift video when it's just basically the same thing. So for this I'm using a build that's pretty much my open world build. So I've got 4 pieces of Grace and 4 pieces of Vitus. So I've got a beneficial effect duration, increased attack speed, and also the damage over time and continual damage will be increased from Grace as well. You can see I've swapped out my Meteor for Scorch in this build. I really love Scorch with the Fire Flurry helm. It gives such a good amount of damage and also stuns the enemies, so it works really nicely. The Freeze build does work really well in challenge rifts. I actually helped another friend with their challenge rifts a few weeks ago, and he was using the Freeze build while I was using a Fire build. So he was basically completely crowd controlling all of the demons while I was actually dealing all the damage, and it worked really well in 2 players doing that. But this build is kind of as much damage as I can give, and I've also got the defense there of having ice armor with the hailstone essence on my offhand, so that I have that 6-hit immunity as well. So the boss is about to spawn, and another couple of things to mention with this build is that I'm also using the attacker warband buff. Completely missed the boss there with Scorch. I have no idea how I managed that. But yes, the attacker warband buff will be increasing my critical hit chance. Normally I use the protector buff for things like farming, in open world, for dungeons, anything where I need more speed, and then I use the attacker warband buff for anything where I need more damage, so that works really nicely for me in the challenge rifts. Alongside this, you'll have also noticed that I've only got 1 piece of the Eternal Gear active for Arcane Torrent. The only reason for this is because I've gone in with my highest combat rating gear, so I'm around 38.7 combat rating in this build, which is obviously quite high, and that makes it a lot easier. So I could kind of go in with pretty much any build and probably still be able to complete this challenge rift. This isn't necessarily the best build for challenge rift, which is exactly why I'm not going through the build in a lot of detail, but I just wanted to show you the build that I used to actually complete it today. And yeah, I didn't get the worst boss either. This is probably one of the better bosses that I could get because it makes it easy to attack still. I probably would have completely failed this rift if I had Sandshaper turn up. That's probably one of the worst bosses you can get for challenge rift, or even the Skeleton King. I sometimes struggle with that because of the summons. There's so many summons for it, and anything like archers are just not good to face any kind of range mobs in these challenge rifts. So I was kind of lucky as well. I did get quite a few blue mobs turn up at the start, and that definitely helped me with my timing for this rift. So here the boss managed to take me down like that, just as my ice armor was down, so that wasn't the best. Now he's summoned a mob here, so I'm going to wait for those to disappear like that before reviving, and that is one of the tips that I would definitely recommend for challenge rifts. If you have a lot of time left on the clock like I have in this one, definitely wait to revive once those mobs have disappeared, because you'll find that it's a lot easier to attack the boss specifically, and also you're not going to be taking damage from multiple sources. You'll only be taking damage from the boss. So that would be one of my top tips for challenge rifts. It was also the first time I died in this rift, so not completely awful progress. It's always disappointing when you do die in a challenge rift, but I'm kind of thinking at this point I may even be able to complete challenge rift 240. So if you want me to try and film that, let me know, and I'll try and come up with a better build than the one that I'm using for this one, because I feel that I could possibly be giving a little bit like higher DPS than what I am in this current build. So we're super close to taking perdition down completely now, and there is just over 1 million life left on this boss, so this is definitely going to be a successful attempt. And there we have it, first completion rewards received for this challenge rift, and the completion time was just over 6 minutes. So this was my result overall. So I did manage to make it back into the top 10, and I ranked 9th for the server, which I'm really happy about because we have a lot of very high resonance wizards on our server, and a lot of players that have been playing a lot longer than I have. So I'm super happy with that score. I'm definitely going to go and give 240 a go. So like I said, if you want me to film that, let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.